the Turkish government has has warned that members of a terrorist group known as the Fethullah Terrorist Organization exist in Nigeria and also operate in other countries around the world. Turkish Ambassador-designate to Nigeria, Mehmet Poroy, made this disclosure, noting that the terrorist group is using schools and health services as a cover for its operations in the country. Poroy was speaking on Tuesday night in Abuja at a dinner organized by the Turkish embassy to mark the country's Democracy and National Unity Day. The Turkish envoy stated that through international cooperation, Turkey has successfully disrupted many FETO cells and networks operating in allied countries worldwide. According to him, numerous institutions, especially schools that form part of FETO's international network, have been taken over by Turkish institutions. Joining us for more on this is more insight on this. We have Darlington Umoru, security analyst from Lagos. Darlington, many thanks for joining us. I mean, how real is this threat and why now?
Well, I think the Turkish ambassador really has not given us enough intel to really talk about what centers. We will need more intel on this to be able to ascertain how and why they have to, use schools. And is it that he's talking about the group building schools in Nigeria? Is it that the group is funding schools in Nigeria? Is it that the group, the Fethullah group, is giving grants to schools and health centers in Nigeria? All of that is yet to me still not completely opened. You see, there's something we must not continue to admit.
We seem to be
amongst us. They want to tell us some things that will really create additional challenges to what we really have. Now, there's a process. If you have such information and you have that intel, who is it supposed to say it at a dinner? Is it not supposed to relate with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where the security chiefs can now be brought about to all sit down and judge over it, and then he will submit the intel within his position or possession, and then allow our security arrangement. Recently, Mr. President started what he called the clearinghouse. And that clearinghouse ordinarily is where such intels are supposed to be shared. And then you need to announce it. If you have an idea of who they are and where they are, by the time you share that intel with the security agencies and the military, is it not for them to go and nab them, other than to alert them and let them understand that they are here? If that happened in Turkey and you had that issue, and you are in Nigeria now, we don't need more panic. We don't need all of that. Go to the appropriate quarters and share the intel information that you have, and then they'll carry it out and then get these guys arrested. If you know who they are and where they are, what schools they are using, what health facilities they are using, in what capacity are they building, are they sponsoring? These are some of the things we need to be telling these people. They, other than in most times, don't want to create unnecessary alarm where there's supposed not to be any. We have enough on our hands that our security agencies and the military are battling at the moment. If you have additional information as to how all of this is happening, then share the intel with the appropriate quarters. That is what I think it should be. Not creating unnecessary alarm and wanting to put fear in the hearts of Nigeria. You want Nigeria to begin to say, okay, there's an additional terrorist group in Nigeria. What are the facts? Give us the facts. Present the facts to the appropriate quarters to work.
Now, some have also argued that it is no more than Turkish propaganda. Is that the case, really? Would you say that it's a propaganda by the Turkish government?
I wouldn't know why they want to use that. It is a propaganda. What do they want to achieve by doing so? Other than create additional panic within the people. Propaganda, what do you want to achieve? My challenge is this: I'm not saying it's impossible. If you know that because you are arresting and picking them, they have migrated to this part of the world, like he claimed that they are everywhere in the world. If they have moved over to this part of the world, for goodness sake, and you have the intel, there's an appropriate quarters where he is supposed to share that intel with. If the security envoy within his embassy have been able to discover that those the Fethullah group are in Nigeria, do they need to raise an alarm? You don't need to raise an alarm. We know there's a problem of proliferation of small arms and light of. In what capacity are they? Are they recruiting? Do they have foot soldiers? What are their intent? What do they want to achieve? Tell the appropriate quarters. Let the security agencies know. And then they will know how to do quietly. They will invade them, attack them, or take them out. Why are you creating another hula baloo among the people? When I heard that, I tried to reason it and I tried to look at some of the things he has said and how to really relate them with what we are suffering today. We have not had any group coming out to say they carried out one insecurity attacks and that they are responsible and all of that, and that they are from the Fethullah group. So I think the federal government should not take this with kid gloves. If you ask me, I think the ministry or perhaps the federal government should invite that the ambassador to ask him to give information.
All right, Darlington, now that we're talking about the Nigerian government, so how best should they address this threat? Should they sit idly by, or what would you be the step-by-step process in just addressing this seeming threat?
The first step is to invite the ambassador. Get more information from him. Let him give us proof as to what he has alleged. Now, that is about intel. Give us information, and then those information should be processed. If he gives information, the information will be processed, and it makes it easier. And then that is the step-by-step we should begin with. But the federal government should not just take it with kid gloves and allow it to just go like that. Call him, invite him, let him give out what the intel he has in his possession. And then they will now access it. And then by the time they access it, they will now begin to investigate all. Let him give us the names, the location, the schools, the names of the health centers, the names of the schools. Are the schools built here? Are they using schools that have been built here? Are they recruiting the students? Do they want to use the students? What is their aim? They cannot overthrow Nigerian government. They attempted to overthrow the Turkish government. It's not the same thing with the Nigerian arrangement. So if they are here, what is their aim? What is their essence? What do they want to achieve? Let him give those information, and then the information will be passed on to the intelligence unit of all the security agencies, who will now put heads together, examine all of what he has said, and then we'll begin to do follow-up and make some arrests or take out some of those people if what he is going to give is free. Otherwise, I think the Nigerian government should call for the Turkish government to call him back, to recall him back to his country. He should not come here and give us, he should prove all of this. All of this should be proven. Because otherwise it will be taken that the Turkish government in itself is trying to create additional problems in Nigeria. That is the way I think it should be looked at.
Well, Umoru, I must say thank you for taking out the time. Darlington Umoru, he is a security analyst, giving us a bit of insight following comments by the Turkish envoy saying that there is a terrorist group that is taking front, and that is the Fethullah group. Once again, thank you for coming on.